I was not sure what to expect for the half anniversary, if the characters were gonna be good or not, but it seems Shift Up has been cooking after releasing a Snow Crane, one of the worst characters in the game, if not the worst, honestly, to be fair, probably the worst character in the game. We have two really good characters, Anis, and now we're gonna be talking a little bit about Neon's kit, which was posted finally in the English side. It was posted like 2 hours ago on the Korean and Japanese side. I was waiting for the official translations, and so here we are, right? A little bit late. Kim is a little bit slow. He's posting himself all of these kits. That said, hello the internet, welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict. At today's topic, Neon Vision Eye skills, and a little bit of the kit pre-analysis. We will be testing her next week whenever she comes out, right? So if you guys are interested, link is in the description. And let's jump directly into this. Now, first of all, one of the girls with a rocket launcher, that's gonna be shooting projectiles, so this is gonna be really good for Anis, buffing her, and also Anis buffing Rappi. So you will be able to run the whole counter squad over spec together, and they will be having probably fantastic damage, and it might become the meta, considering on paper how good they are looking, right? Both Anis and also Neo. So pretty nice on that regard. Fan service wise, if she gets a skin, I feel she can have really good fan service. Okay, if she gets a good skin, because we already know Neon has nice assets. Okay, let's not pretend Summer Neon is not one of the best looking characters they've done for Summer, but she sucks. Okay. She sucks. So if she gets a skin, I feel we could be getting some nice assets for Neon. For now, nothing interesting. Her burst animation, it's pretty nice. I like it. Okay, there we go. But I will not go MLB on her, even though probably for your DPS is gonna be better, right? To go on dupes here, I'll probably just get a copy of her and MLB on Anis. Also, we can see her bar right there. Okay, I want to check that on a second. Now, that's it. Let's jump into the kit directly. All right, there is 3 pages again because Shift Up, well, they like making kits bigger and bigger every single time. So let's open everything here. And let's go one by one. When it comes to the basic numbers, it's pretty basic, nothing new in here. Okay, 61.3, 6 bullets, 2 second reload time. This is the usual for a rocket launcher. Rocket launcher, electric, missiles, B3 attacker. So let's jump into the skills. Skill 1, healthy body, is the first passive. We have 2 passives and a burst. The first passive, it's right here. This should be big enough for you guys, hopefully. Let me move this a little bit here, maybe, or something like this. Hopefully this is big enough for you guys. Activates when attacked while not in healthy body status. So initially, right, she can be attacked, she can get 1 shot and she will not die. She will become invulnerable for 3 seconds, and this can activate up to 5 times per battle. You will also gain debuff immunity to every single debuff in the game for 3 seconds, activates 5 times per battle, and then you'll gain healthy body, which increases the potency of HP restore by 10% for 20 seconds. Now, since this can only proc while you are not in healthy body, in PvP this will only proc once probably. You guys let me know down below if this is good for PvP or not, and the PvP. For PvE, this is pretty nice. Every 20 seconds you have basically a guaranteed Neon cannot die moment. Okay, she will be invulnerable if she is to be killed or one-shot by a boss. You can completely ignore it. If the boss is targeting her, you can completely ignore it, right? Because she will not die. That is really good for PvE content. It saves you from, you know, the hassle of some boss mechanics. You can skip them and keep doing more damage, which is nice. It's nice. This is even good for casual players who might be playing full auto and they just, you know, don't notice specific mechanics, so their Neon will survive. And then activates when landing a full charge attack, affects the enemy if the enemy is the stage target, so the boss, the elite enemies, etc., the one that appears at the end always. You're gonna be having firepower explosion, which deals 437% of final attack as additional damage. Huge damage, and also additional effect of super firepower status, that is her burst right here, super firepower, right? You will also get an extra 200% of final attack as additional damage. So that is a lot of extra damage on full auto. You can ignore her. Now, this only applies when you are hitting the boss. So if you are attacking normal enemies, you can still spam shots as much as you like. I'll probably start hitting full auto. I don't like sniper rifles and rocket launchers, but you can spam shots while you are not attacking the boss. If it's the boss, however, you want to be... Hello, Kato. If it's the boss, however, you want to be actually hitting with full charge attacks to take advantage of this extra damage, which is a lot. So pretty simple. Skill 1, pretty nice. Skill 1. Skill 2, Firepower Charge is a passive. And this is the charge bar that you guys can see here on her preview. This charge bar right there, right? So skill 2, Firepower Charge, activates at the start of the battle. She will gain 100% of this bar, or 100 points on this bar. I don't think it's percentage. Activates when performing a normal attack while in Firepower Charge. So while you have the bar, you will keep increasing it by 2. And when this Firepower Charge ends, which is on your burst, basically, you'll see in a second, you gain 45 again instantly. Okay, so you go from 100 to 0 after your burst, because your burst will be reducing the firepower gauge by 100. So after it ends, you will also gain 45 instantly. And then when full burst ends, while you are in firepower gauge, so while it's active, doesn't matter if it's 1 point, 2 points, or 100 points, you will be gaining burst gauge filling speed 5% per each charge you have. This is gonna be huge for going into your next rotation, basically instantly, right? It's gonna be like a Snow White heavy arm. It's gonna be probably even stronger than a Snow White heavy arm, because a Snow White heavy arms, you need to time the shot. It's pretty fast, but if you want to be going directly into the next rotation, you have to time that last shot. But now with Neon, you don't even have to time it. Like, she will automatically be gaining a lot of extra burst generation on her own, which Anise is also increasing even more. Okay, so really fast rotations. And then when she enters full burst, for herself, she is gaining maximum firepower, which gives her 80% attack. And while she is in super firepower, again, her ultimate, she will be gaining an extra 35% attack for 10 seconds. Really good. This is not final, so you don't have to worry about dupes. When it comes to Neon, obviously the more dupes you get, the better. But you don't have to worry about dupes. Same thing here. I mean, it's final attack for this extra one here, but that's gonna be mostly from your gear. But it's pretty nice that it's not caster's attack, so you have to worry about those extra dupes, right? And then lastly, we go into her burst skill, which is super firepower. 40 seconds, the usual. Activates when the firepower is lower, like your gauge is lower than 100, you basically will consistently generate more, so you can go to 100. And when you are at 100, what you gain is 45% attack damage for 10 seconds, and you will automatically decrease this firepower gauge by 100, right? So you keep interacting with this skill too, where you go up and down consistently on the gauge bar, right? This is also where you are earning the super firepower, that is the actual buff, okay, when you are at 100. And then for herself, regardless of the amount of charges she has, she will be gaining 200% explosion radius and an extra 110% attack damage, which is huge. So as you can see, when she bursts, she's basically gonna start to just lose more and more firepower gauge. I'm not sure how easy it's gonna be getting to 100 on each rotation. We will be seeing this in a week, right? Until she comes out, we cannot say much, but her numbers on paper are looking really, really good. So just like Annie's, two characters that on paper are looking really, really nice, and I'm honestly expecting both of them to be meta T0 or T1, doesn't matter what tier list, if it's mine, Plywen, or Nikkei. I'm expecting them to be either at the top or at least a T1, or you know, an SS, whatever they're calling them on the other websites. I expect both of them to be there. I do like both of them. I will be going for MLB Anise. Neon, I'm not a huge fan of Neon, even though she looks really good here. I will be going for one copy. I could be MLB bot, but I feel it's gonna be like a waste of tickets. And I just like having tickets as an emergency fund in case they release like a Pilgrim you really like, or a limited character you really like, or they announce a collab that I'm a fan of, and I want to MLB those units. So for now, a copy of Neon for me, and we'll try to MLB Annie, see what's going on. That's it. Enough jumping, honestly. That's everything for Neon's kit. They are both looking really strong. This is gonna be 100% an angle of running all counter squad over spec together, and that's gonna be the new meta. All counter squad, ground, and then whatever you're putting on the last spot might be an extra buffer, like your Privateer Helm, might be an extra DPS if you need that, might be an extra B1 if you wanted to be re-entering, but we'll see what's going on that. As usual, we're gonna be live later pulling for the characters, and we're live every day. You guys have the links in the description down below. Good luck with your pool, the rates, and I'll see you on the next one.